Hello, everybody. It is that time for us to move on to the final match of the day. Eurovision, again, is the round where we give out games that were specifically made by European developers, and I have loved some of the fun that we have had. So, Crappy, take us away to the game reveal. That's an elephant, not an egg. Okay, that's it. Whatever. Let's reveal our GM. Actually an egg. Tristan. It's Egg Day! Egg Day with Tristan! Hello, Tristan!
Hello.
Why are you an egg?
You know, I ask myself that every day.
Just wake up in the morning all Gregor Samsa style, being like, I'm egg now.
Could be worse things.
Yeah, you don't know who Gregor is, do you?
Or I do. The entire concept bugs me, though.
Oh my gosh. Okay, thank you. Well, okay, Mr. Din or Tristan. I think that we are pretty excited. Like, you just being here, that's egg enough for me. I don't know what game we've got, though.
We have more egg.
What? Justin was right.
Absolutely. This is probably the most egg. So...
yeah, when I hear Eurovision and think of egg, there's really only one thing that comes to mind.
Is it Dizzy?
It's Dizzy.
Is it Bubble Dizzy?
Not specifically Bubble Dizzy, but I guess that's what we've got.
Yeah.
I hate Dizzy.
So, this is not a proper Dizzy game. It's a Dizzy Gaiden game that is based on a single mini game in one of the Dizzy games that they expanded into a full game.
You know what? They kind of did that with Samurai Ghost, and I am completely cool with that. Samurai Ghost, the original game that it's based off of, had specific levels where you played big mode. Otherwise, most of the game you were this little Samurai Ghost. And I honestly think that it was for the best that they made a full game based off of that idea. I don't know about Bubble Dizzy, though.
Bubble Dizzy is a mini game where, you know, the concept in platformers where you come to either a waterfall or you're underwater and you have to ride randomly placed logs or bubbles up to the top of the screen?
So like Linus Spacehead?
Yeah, like the first stage of Linus Spacehead. That's the entire game.
I feel kind of crappy that I'm able to specifically name multiple games describing what you're talking about. I hate that. I mean, you do it kind of with Lion King, but that's more logs climbing the waterfall. Riding bubbles up, I hate it. I hate it. And I am very interested in seeing how this goes for the players today. And you know what? Okami already has, like... I've already complained about Okami today, so I don't feel too bad. Okami's gonna get it.
Yeah. So, the thing about this game, first of all, we're gonna do a score attack because it's looping. It's a looping game.
Okay.
And it's very short. Both racers are gonna finish it, hit the loop point. Probably.
Gotcha.
And this is one of those games where it mainly belongs in Kusog7ande because it's nothing.
Oh no.
So we're gonna have an hour
It's the Seinfeld of games.
Yeah, we're gonna have an hour of this game. It has no music. I did kind of give you a small warning about that to maybe have a playlist ready. We'll see.
Yeah, I do have it up. If I get bored within the first like 5 minutes, we'll play some audio. But with that said, I think I'm ready.
All right, then. Yeah, this is pretty much going to be bubble riding purgatory for our racers. I feel a little bad about it, but also I was under some pretty tight constraints. I needed an egg game for Easter, and it's Eurovision. I don't have many other options but Dizzy.
There are a lot of Dizzy games, though. Treasure Island Dizzy, Bubble Dizzy, Dizzy Goes to Hollywood. I don't know. I don't think Dizzy, stay out of a Hollywood, please. I get dizzy enough.
There are small sound effects in the game, and Okami's asking if you want to audio test that, which means Okami has to jump into the game for a moment, but
Okay.
we get to see the opening cutscene.
The pirate.
Yeah.
Jumping on the egg hand. There's no sound.
There will be sound in a moment. Just let this happen.
I'm letting it happen. Abyss 1. That sound.
Uh-huh. That's all we get.
Okay. This is going to be good.
Okami and Brossentia are giving each other the business in the match chat.
I don't even know what to say. Like, that was technically audio. But yeah, I have a playlist ready. Okay, best of luck. So what should chat spam emote-wise?
Eggs, bubbles. If anyone has oysters, there's a pirate, so pirates.
Yarr! There's a sound. You can play if you have a sound emote, just one sound emote, you can do that. Pokeballs are basically eggs. Those are good. Yeah, it is an egg game. Look. They're eggs.
Yeah.
I'll probably recapture this so that we get like bigger screens in just a little bit. It's ZX
It's a
Spectrum.
specky game.
Yeah, I always gotta do that. Welcome to my life. So tell me a little bit about this masterpiece we've got in front of us here.
I've had this in my maybe don't give this out list for a while now. I've known it exists. I've been aware of it. The main problem is what you see is it. We're gonna watch our racers wait for the right placement for bubbles to ride them up. If you jump off of a bubble, it pops. Bubbles will also pop if you ride on them for a couple of seconds. The lifetime of a bubble seems to be largely dependent on its size.
The lifetime of a bubble. It sounds like we're getting philosophical here.
What is the lifetime of a bubble? You have limited air, which is the yellow gauge in the bottom right. But also, if you get hit by pretty much anything but a bubble that's moving around, you lose life/air really quickly.
Okay.
And on your way up, you have these oysters that have pearls in them, and you can see what pearls a racer has picked up around the bubble dizzy icon. There's a blue and white. And they change color to indicate you've picked them up.
It
and
barely
those become...
changes color.
Yeah, barely. Oh, that might be a bit of an issue for you, huh?
Like, I see Shrambles has 1 and Okami has none.
Yeah, so Okami has gotten all of the pearls in this stage. And those translate into a fairly hefty bonus at the end of the stage.
Wait. Oh, okay, so the ones that are blue are the ones that you haven't gotten?
Yeah.
Or teal or whatever.
It's a cyanish, I think, yeah.
It's not a great color, but whatever. So you said that we're going to see people beat this game, right?
Oh, absolutely. The true Kusog7ande here is going to be when they finish the 8 stages in like 10 minutes and then realize they have another 50 minutes of this.
Yeah, so they are going for a high score, right?
Yes. We're score attacking. Because otherwise this would be a 10-minute match, probably. And the colors of the stages get pretty questionable as we go.
Yeah, this is like fish tank water, except you haven't cleaned the fish tank in like a year.
Oh no, poor fish.
I mean, they're trying to kill you, so I'm not sure if it's because of fish tank conditions or something. Honestly, you probably shouldn't have fish at this point.
You definitely shouldn't have a shark.
Yeah, who the crap? Well, then again, they put an egg in the fish tank, so whatever.
I mean, I put egg in my ramen. It's the same thing, right?
No, it is not the same thing. Egg in the ramen is totally a different experience and is totally normal comparatively. Get ready to go into the Abyss 3. Yay, look at the cute little octopus. I like the animations.
I like the octopus. He's just like... I like the whale, too. The whale just looks like a friend.
Yeah, he kind of hurts a little bit, but I imagine that if given the chance, the whale would eat an egg.
So Shrambles has discovered one of the more cruel things here. If you die, you fall in a stunned animation until you hit solid ground. So if you die in the dead center of the screen, you're going all the way to the bottom.
That's perfect. But then again, how do, like... Why do eggs have lives? Are they even alive? I mean,
this egg is, and probably wishes it wasn't.
Yeah.
Also, you gain 100 points every time you jump, which you think might be a concern for score attack, but 100 points is so nothing in this game, it's fine.
Yeah.
'Cause you get 10,000 for getting a pearl, so...
You lose 100, wait, or you gain 100 per jump?
You gain 100 every time you jump.
Do you have time on each level?
You have limited air. The life meter ticks down over time in the bottom right.
Okay, yeah, I saw that the whale was, like, taking away your health as well. And there's no additional air anywhere?
No, not really.
Yeah,
So
big
there's a
score.
game over.
Linden of Wasp. Gary,
So
go ahead.
I've had our racers just reload a save state when they want to reset instead of keeping track on the high score screen, so I'm just keeping an eye out for high scores.
Perfect.
Because this is a Spectrum tape game, which means there's about 5 minutes of loading.
Yeah, we don't really want to show that part of the game off too much. Let me go ahead and get some jams here, okay? I've heard enough of this.
I made the racers sit through the loading the first time during setup, and then, to let them sweat a little bit, and then gave them a save state for the title screen.
That's beautiful.
But yeah, I didn't really give the players a lot of direction on how to get score. I told them there were pearls, and I told them when you finish a stage, you get a time bonus. And that's really all I told them. That's kind of really all that's there, aside from the 100 points for jumping. I guess if you wanted, you can make a point to always be jumping to see if it makes an eventual difference to your score, but yeah, like I said, it's 100 points to jump. It's not going to be very much. ABC,
Yeah,
always be jumping, yes.
I mean, that... no. I'm gonna disagree with that assessment. I'll be something. Jumping might not be the right word here.
Oh, I love the whale enemy. It's just... It looks so friendly. It's got, like, the IKEA shark toy vibe to it.
Yeah. Oh, got me through that level. This is... Okay, a few pearls, so that's nice. Always be egg. There we go.
Always be egg.
Abe. Yeah, just think of old Abe Lincoln. Always be egg. I'm pretty sure that's what his presidency was about. Eggs.
Last time I saw Abe Lincoln was a town with no name.
Oh my gosh. That's not even the real Abe Lincoln. That's a faker, but...
Gasp.
Yeah, he's just doing Abe Lincoln cosplay.
I like the crabs, too. They just kind of grumpily skitter back and forth.
Honestly, I like most of the enemies in this, and that's saying something. This is a game that doesn't exactly have very sophisticated anything. And yet there's so much to love about how simple it all is.
Yeah. There's definitely a personality here. There's just not much else. It's, like I said, the large part of what makes this game fit for Kusog7ande is you get to level 8 like Okami is, you finish level 8 by the 10-minute mark, and then realize you have 50 minutes of this still.
Yep. Well, it is winner's bracket, and you know what? There are pearls on each level that you should be collecting. You don't have to get all of them on your first try, but you should definitely, like, scope out the game and all of the different possible things that you can collect. And once you have done enough scoping out, you can then start making a decent amount of progress in it. But yeah, Okami's already got a pretty good idea of what this game looks like.
Yeah.
Then
I was trying to dig into like how much this went for, but I couldn't find a price for it. Obviously it's like $4,000 now because it's an old game and what the hell is going on with the retro game market, but I mean, like, MSRP when it released, I couldn't find anything.
You know, I actually think if somebody feels like, if it's worth it to somebody to pay that much money, then go ahead and pay it. For me, though, preservation isn't about having a physical copy of something. Preservation is about making sure that people remember games that have been made before, and also being able to experience the game as close to the way that it was created as possible. Emulation is the best way that we have that right now. Wait. Do you loop infinitely in this?
Yes.
So they are allowed to keep going on the next loop.
Yep.
Does it get any more difficult?
I believe your air ticks down a little faster with each loop.
Oh, this is gonna be a nightmare.
Uh-huh.
Oh
like,
my gosh.
Okami's finished the game. I had the same experience where I was testing this out, and I think it took me like 20 minutes to figure out how to do the bubbles correctly and finish it. And I finished it in 20 minutes and went, well, I can't get this out in Kusog7ande. That'll be boring as heck. And then I got cabadonned into Easter Eurovision round, and I'm like, well, I guess I'm giving this out.
There is an Amiga version of this game that looks different. I wouldn't necessarily say better, per se. Like,
yeah, the Amiga version and the DOS version both look like a very specific era of Windows game, like the Windows 95, 98 era where everything looked really, really cartoony.
Yeah, like this.
Yeah.
I'm not the biggest fan of this style. Like, it exists, it's there, but I don't even care. Like, it's fine for like, if you're paying maybe $5, this is probably fine for a game. If you're paying any more than that, then maybe you'd want something a little bit more in-depth. The Atari ST version, actually, which is essentially what I had when I was growing up, it looks basically the same quality as the PC version, so...
I was watching someone play an Atari ST game last night, and my general opinion, based on my history of one game, is Atari ST developers were unhinged.
Yeah. Which game?
Legend of the Lost.
Oh, I don't know that one.
It's a perfectly fine game until you get to a certain stage, and it's just like this 35-minute giant maze of garbage, and it very clearly existed because the developers didn't want players to beat the game.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I'm gonna be honest, I did not expect one of our racers to loop just right from go without a single game over. First, Shrambles took a game over. Okami has not. And I believe Okami, unless the difficulty ramps in such a way to actually present a problem, I believe Okami is just gonna keep going for quite a while.
Honestly, that sounds about right for Okami. I wouldn't be too surprised. I found an interesting picture looking up Legend of the Lost, and I'm pretty sure that, like, this isn't the game, but I'm gonna show it anyway because I think it's pretty fantastic. Here you go, everybody. Legend of the Lost. It looks like this was a menu select that
That's
they
a
made.
Cracktro or a trainer intro, yeah.
Yeah, I love it, though. Anytime you can get Garfield into a game, you put Garfield in.
I
Yeah, it's
genuinely
Legend of the
love...
Lost or Yolanda. Those were your two choices there.
I genuinely love the trainer intro and info file, just aesthetic in general.
Yeah, same here. It's like, it's something that we don't have today, and I'm not sure we're necessarily better or worse off for it. It's just a piece of culture that probably won't come back.
Yeah. I mean, we still have some of that, but nowadays you acquire... How do I phrase this? You acquire something that comes packaged with an info file. We'll put it that way. And it's like, join our Discord. Here is our Matrix chat. Come join our community and hang out with us. And by the way, buy our cryptocurrency. And here's our... And it's just not the same. It's such a... It feels like such a commoditized and commercialized thing rather than what we had before, where people were trading on the prestige of being the first to figure out how to get a thing working and release it.
Yeah.
I don't frequently pull out the, well, old school hackers were card, but this is one where I genuinely feel that way.
Yeah. But at the same time, you know, most of the time, old school hackers, it was at the time that, like, these games were at the point where they weren't being sold very much. So, you know, let's go ahead and figure out how to have infinite lives and infinite health so people can actually beat some of these games for once. And then just, it got shared from one person to another person, usually just sharing floppy disks, copying floppy disks from one to another. That's how we had most of our games when I was growing up. But honestly, a lot of them were just games that came through magazines that people typed in themselves, you know, and it's like I feel like the modding scene these days is probably the closest that we have to the Cracktros and stuff that, or the trainers for old school Atari games. There were, of course, modded games from that era, and people are still modding games, but I feel like there's actually a whole lot more variety these days, and you know, everything that a crack could do it for trainer mode, you can do in a mod these days. It's just different. But we don't have the intros with Garfield pointing to Yolanda, you know?
In my experience, the modding scene for larger things now at least has the inter-hacking scene drama that we had back then. By the way, Trambles has gotten to the ice searing level, which is always fun.
I like it.
At this point, I believe Okami is on the verge of just completely lapping Trambles, but Trambles is getting more score, just for progress, score over progress. And we'll see if that plays out. Trambles is moving a little bit slower through the stages, but getting more score per stage. Okami didn't take an early game over, so he's a little ahead right now on score. And we'll see how that plays out. We've got time yet.
Yeah, consider Okami has like 1 billion lives, and I'm not sure how.
You get score, or you get lives for score. So there is an entire possibility that the entire rest of the match will just be who can get more score. And I don't think it's a foregone conclusion that Okami will take it, because Trambles is getting more score now.
Yeah, Okami's just kind of having a nightmare area trying to get to this clam. There we go. Just need the right bubbles. And as soon as you can get the right bubbles, you can start making a little progress again.
It's so stressful because you're on a time limit, and you're not just on a time limit. You, in this particular situation, are aware that you have an hour-long race, and if you game over, you're probably just done.
Yep.
And you're
especially
standing there
past the
waiting for a
half-hour mark.
bubble, and it's not coming.
But, you know, Okami, every time that he's died, he's had enough lives sort of behind the scenes that he could just keep going. And now Okami getting to the eye-searing level right along Shrambles. Shrambles, though, first lap, and still more than half of Okami's score. Which is generally a sign that Shrambles is doing a better job at collecting points. As long as the game gets more difficult every loop, I'd say that Shrambles has a possibility of actually catching up to Okami. If it doesn't get more difficult every loop, then this is essentially just endurance. Who can stand playing this freaking game for the longest?
Should I have given this out for the 2-hour round?
No. Oh my gosh. Like, honestly,
I actually have something in mind for the 2-hour round, and it's a genre we've never had before, and it's going to be awful. I can't talk about it, though.
A genre we've never had before?
Yeah.
What could that be?
I don't want to say.
Yeah, don't say. At least not in public. There we go. Shrambles is through eye-searing level and will keep going, hopefully. Get ready, Dizzy Abyss 1.
Back to the beginning.
Well,
we've never had a visual novel in Kusog7ande. I wonder if I can make that happen somehow. It'd be awful.
As long as it's not determined based off of who, like, can click through text the quickest.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it. That's gonna be a thinker. I have some ideas.
I've considered playing some, like, text adventure games. Those used to be huge. They're, like, looking through my Atari 800 XL library of ROMs that I have, the number of Polish text adventure games is just absolutely ludicrous. I can't play any of them, but there are a lot of them. Ooh, Thalfin's like, the winner should be determined by a quiz at the end, deciding who has learned the most about the characters. Interesting.
I don't want a video game tournament to come down to reading comprehension. Which, admittedly, that's happened before, but not intentionally.
Yeah, that's something that I'll go ahead and stash into the back of my mind. What? Like, as long as we... I don't know. Okay, I'll think about it. How about that, huh?
I tend to try not to think. Typically leads to problems like this.
Honestly, I think this was not thinking. That's my problem. Bubble Dizzy. Bonus time, folks. Are they time folks who are giving out the bonus, or is it bonus time common folks?
Was the Specky capable of printing commas? I guess so. There's one right there.
It was, yeah. Was the Specky capable of commas? It's what? Come on, if a typewriter can put a comma, the Specky can do it.
I don't know these things.
Have you ever used a typewriter?
Shrambles has consistently been about 600,000? Yeah, 600,000 points behind for as long as I've been concertedly watching. And we still don't see Okami's life counter. It's off the screen.
Yeah, there we go. Okami finishing another level. Honestly, the bonus pearl points are worth quite a bit. My gosh, bubble RNG. I didn't want to say that was a thing that I could be concerned about, but I am. I'm just concerned about this game, period. Like, I'm also concerned over whoever thought having a game about an egg was a good idea. But eggs are really easy to draw. They're just ovals.
Is there an extra bonus for all pearls? No, not on top of the normal score you get for picking them up at the end of the stage. Jellyfish.
Yeah, jellyfish.
I
Yeah,
really like the crabs. Then again, I might be obligated to like crustaceans at this point.
Why are you obligated to like crustaceans? Is this a thing for you?
There's a running joke that basically queer individuals are required to like the Rust programming language, which has a crab as its mascot.
Oh. Well, I'm not familiar with that. Am I not gay enough?
I don't know.
Damn.
You might just be not in the weird geeky circles that pass that joke around.
That might be for the best, I gotta be honest.
If you're not in the same place that joke about programming socks, yeah, you would miss that one.
Programming socks?
Yeah, programming socks.
Do you have programming socks?
Yeah.
What do they look like?
They're thigh-high stockings in pride flag colors. Doesn't every programmer have programming socks?
I've literally learned how to program. I just have normal socks.
Oh. Maybe it's part of the process.
I don't like niche socks. I like boring socks. I gotta be honest. Like, the more colorful socks are usually more uncomfortable. Like, if you manage to get me bright colored socks that didn't have all of these weird fibers and threads inside that got stuck between my toes, then heck, I would be all for them. But yeah, I don't know if it can be done just based off of the various socks I've had in my life. If they're bright and colorful, they're probably uncomfortable, and I hate that.
If the website is still around, there's a web shop called Sock Dreams that has really good just like theme stuff and brightly colored stuff and pattern stuff.
Is this the Portland shop, Sock Dreams? Of
I
course.
don't know if they're in Portland.
This is only the second time we've talked about Portland today. Let me see. There is sockdreams.com, and it's just, yeah, there are a lot of very bright, vivid socks. There's garter belts. There's thigh highs with roll top. There's long, cuffable, scrunchable leg warmers. I don't like most of these words. And I don't like I've never worn thigh-high socks. Are they nice?
I mean, I like them, but I'm also strange. So, you know, your mileage may vary.
I would try them. Okay, I'll go ahead and say I would try them. I'm not confident that I would enjoy them, but I would give the thigh highs a shot just to see what they feel like.
Okami is getting close to finishing another loop. We're up in the 2 million range. Shrambles is at 1.6. I still get the general feeling that Shrambles is just having a tiny bit more trouble with this game than Okami.
I think
Which
you're
I don't
right.
The bubble patterns are being quite rude to Shrambles right now.
Have you seen this game?
This game's rude.
What's with you and bubbles? Seriously, you gave out Bubble Trouble, now you give out Bubble Dizzy? It's just bubble games with you?
I mean, there was that one year where I gave out nothing but Lynx games. I could do that next year with just bubble games, but we'd get Bubble Trouble again.
Oh my gosh, no.
We could do Bubble Ghost. We could do...
I do love Bubble Ghost.
Yeah, it's not bad enough for Kusog7ande.
Yeah. I mean, the Commodore 64 one, I think, it fits. We've already had it a couple times, though. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, there was an old school bubble game that I loved that you played as a bubble in a sink, and you were just trying to get really big.
Oh,
so
I know what you're talking about. I don't remember the name of it.
I could have sworn that was also Bubble Trouble, but
it might have been. Is it just called Bubbles? Might just be called Bubbles. All right, Trambles has finished level red. The Virtual Boy level, maybe.
Yeah, let's see. Bubbles Arcade.
Okami Takes a Death
Yep.
still has lives off the side of the screen.
Literally just called Bubbles. I played it on Atari. But yeah, Okami, another loop, folks. We're gonna see a few of these.
I considered it possible that maybe after 3 loops or something the game would end and I'd be caught by surprise. Because I definitely didn't do more than about a loop and a half of this.
Yeah.
But that doesn't seem to be happening. If that were to happen, I would just call the match there, like, oh, well, there is an end, haha. Joke's on me.
Oh my gosh, I am so sad that this is a thing. But we're not even half an hour in.
No.
Oh, Tristan. Yeah, everybody, welcome to Kusog7ande. Occasionally we get a game that, like, I complain a lot about games that you know everything that's going to happen within the first 5 seconds. Or 5 minutes. In this case, the first 5 seconds. And this is one of those, and I'm going to complain. Okay, I'm going to talk to management about this game.
Trambles burned an entire life to try to get that oyster on the left, and
Clam.
finally got a bubble in position to get into that little gap, and I don't know what happened. He got stuck on something and couldn't actually pick it up and then had to abandon it. So he wasted an entire life for no gain.
By the way, there's a credit for the ZX Spectrum version of this game for music. Is there music anywhere?
Not to my knowledge.
Why is there credit for music? Lyndon
Maybe
Sharp,
there's-
what did you do? Oh, you did additional programming for the Salt Lake 2002 Olympic game for Windows. Okay. Yeah, that didn't need to be done. Captain Dynamo, I'm sure that was great. Micro Machines on Genesis, sure, that probably has some music. Cosmic Spacehead, yeah.
You know what? There's probably music on the title screen that I had the racers skip. Because it was behind a loading screen.
Yeah, probably. Okay. Here's the deal. At least they worked on a couple real games like Micro Machines and Micro Machines 2. Robin Hood Legend Quest on ZX Spectrum. Okay. They also did the music for Dizzy, Prince of the Yolkfolk.
Oh, good.
Do you know
So
that one?
Okami's lead seems to be opening a little bit rather than Trambles catching up. We're now about a gap of 800,000 instead of 600.
Okay.
Which, I mean, we still have 30 minutes of Bubble Dizzy to go, so it's still anybody's race, but Okami is pulling ahead further.
Okay, chat is saying that there was music on the title screen. Okay, thank you, chat.
Yeah.
However, I still like to think that they just managed to slip their name into the credits. They're like,
Oh, that'd be funny. It's just like a game with no music, and you put yourself in as the musician, and everyone's like, wait, what?
I mean, who's gonna question you?
You, apparently.
Yeah, literally only me. Oh, the person who did the music also did the coding, so fine, whatever. They actually did work on the game.
Every time Okami takes a death, I watch the lives counter to see, you know, is this when we finally see lives? And no. And now it would be a problem because Okami's been going on this one continue for 32 minutes. The match would just be over if someone game overed right now.
Yeah, pretty much. Like,
Oh, I apologize. That's awful.
It's alright. If one of the players got a game over, I would be more than happy to say, that's time. Let's go ahead and wrap it up. Let's call it
I
good.
knew
Everybody
this is what
go
we were in
enjoy
for,
Easter.
which is why I resisted giving this out for like a year and a half. But here we are. We have Bubble Dizzy.
The project
We all have to live
manager
with it.
for this game was also the project manager for Carmageddon on Game Boy Color.
Oh, no, that's not good.
No, that's one of the worst Game Boy Color games, if I'm not mistaken. Like, it's really, really bad. I'd say in one of the worst Game Boy Color games, like, that's not a joke, okay? People are saying Tubin bad. It might be worse than that, although Carmageddon for N64 was apparently really, 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 really bad.
So did you know that the Dizzy Gaiden universe has a Tubin clone?
I wouldn't be too surprised.
I don't think it's quite a fit for Kusog7ande, so I'm willing to talk about it. But yeah, it's something called like Dizzy Floats Down the River.
Just why?
I don't know.
Dizzy Down the Rapids?
Yeah, that's
for
it.
Amstrad CPC? Okay.
Uh-huh.
What this nerd? Seriously. Let me get a
Okami's
picture for y'all.
Okay, Okami escaped from that level with barely any health left. I was about to say Okami's been burning some lives. We may see actual, like, life counter soon. But, he managed to pull that out just with, like, a pixel of time left.
Yeah. I'm glad that Tubin Dizzy is a real thing. Here's the deal. Like, Tubin for Game Boy Color, I don't know what happened. Like, I don't know why there were, like, all of these weird wrong warps that happened for one player and then the other player kept getting soft locked. It just, it was a nightmare of a game, but that was also only one specific version of the game. I think that other versions are actually kind of good.
Okami got knocked by a shark and fell down, like, half this level.
I mean, honestly, that happens to a lot of people. Numbed by shark, fall to the bottom.
Yeah.
Whew. Don't want that to happen. And that was the whole plot of Jaws. Don't get numbed. Nom or be nommed, okay? Oh my gosh. Okay, this picture is a pretty good one. Let me share it with y'all. Okay, Dizzy down the rapids. Look at him go. Whoa, he's in a barrel. You know,
why does he look like a South Park character here?
Why does he have boxing gloves? That's my biggest concern here. Those are not going to help when you're floating down the river. What, are you going to punch a shark? There are no sharks in the river.
Look, you gotta have the boxing gloves so you can manipulate objects. You think eggs have hands?
Oh, this one very clearly has hands. Yes.
They're boxing gloves.
They're not red in this game.
Because the Specky didn't have the ability to draw multicolor sprites.
That's fair enough. Let me go see other ports of this specific version of the game. Bubble Dizzy, for Amiga, does he have red hands? Because if so, then I'll go ahead. I will go ahead and let you take the victory in this discussion. Oh my gosh. As a matter of fact, okay, here it is, everybody. He does, in fact, have boxing gloves on in other versions of the game. Like, can I edit this real quick?
Why does he have a face full of malice here? This worries me.
He's very, well, look at him. Like, everything's trying to murder him. That just made me, like, there, we have to be able to see Okami's score, I guess.
Yeah, it's kind of important.
Look at this. Boxing gloves and flippers and a hat. And a cigarette?
No, he's holding a knife in his mouth.
Is that a knife?
It's a knife. A knife.
A knife.
A knife.
Okay. Like, that's a whole combination of things that just I didn't expect. But good for him. Good for Dizzy. Stupid egg. But yeah, okay, I guess boxing gloves, that's part of his character.
Yeah.
I mean, heck, Strong Bad could type while wearing boxing gloves. Why not float down a river while wearing boxing gloves?
I get the suspicion that we're gonna get to the end of this match and they're both gonna think I pranked them somehow, and like I guess I kind of did, but
Oh, okay. It took me a little while looking at the picture. I can indeed confirm it's a knife. I had to zoom in elsewhere. I thought it was just a really mean mustache that he grew specifically for his safari adventures. I don't like. I don't know. I can only see a knife there now, but I thought it was like an egg mustache. If you wondered what an egg mustache would look like, it's probably that right there.
if your egg has a mustache, that egg went bad. If it has a goatee, it became a villain, though.
Ooh.
Everyone knows the bad guy is the one with, like, the goatee and everything.
Yeah, that's why I thought he was like... I was like, he looks a lot crueler in this game than in other games. What happened? Did this egg go through a character arc that I didn't understand? Like, what am I missing lore-wise? Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say, here's the deal, Tristan. I've heard a lot of people defend the various Dizzy games. And I would say that for most of the Dizzy games, fine. Defend away. This... I don't know. I don't think this is, like, a defensible... No, like... No, every game is fine to exist. But if you're paying more than $5 for this, I would say that it was a ripoff.
That's why I was trying to figure out what its original MSRP was, and I couldn't find anything about it. Because if this was something that they sold at a bargain price, and as I understand, Codemasters tended to do that.
They did. Yeah.
Maybe it's okay, but if they were trying to get a full game's price out of this, oh, heck no.
Oh, I would have never bought anything from them again. Somebody is
3
saying
or 4
about...
pounds.
Yeah, 3 or 4 pounds. That might be fine. I would say that's probably fine. I mean, I feel like I made a game that has more depth than this. No pun intended. But, yeah, and it's free / pay what you want. But I do think that selling this for 3 or 4 pounds is probably fine.
Yeah, I keep meaning to check that out. The problem is, after playing Final Fantasy XIV, I've learned, you know what? I'm not going to finish that thought because it's a spoiler. Never mind.
You know what you should learn? You should learn how to double-click on an executable file and not even have to worry about load times because, bam, it's a 2D, very small game. And you know what else you should learn? There's no problem just closing right out of it because you don't have to worry about sitting in queue for 20 freaking minutes. Okay, you don't have to queue at all. You know what? Queue up in Final Fantasy XIV and play my game. Huh? Play Magpie.
I don't have queue times.
Oh, what are you, a healer?
Healer tank.
Okay, I actually tank as well. But that's besides the point. My point is, what the crap?
Okay, someone has pulled up that it retailed at, I'm going to assume that's 4 pounds at launch. So at that time, that would be like $8 to $10.
Yeah, but remember, video games back then usually sold more or less the same price that we sell games right now. With inflation came a larger gaming base, so companies are still able to sell at about $60 when a game that was a lot shallower and a lot smaller could also sell for $60 back in the 80s and 90s. I would say that, like, ignore inflation when it comes to those numbers.
Yeah,
It was harder to make games. There were fewer actual good games. It was more of a niche market than it is now. I actually feel like developers today could probably even get away with a much lower price than they offer games for, simply because there are millions and millions more people playing games these days.
Okay. So someone in chat is saying tape games tended to run in a range up to about £8. They were fairly cheapish. Floppy games were more expensive. This one ran about 4, according to the internet. Yeah, and like you said, video game prices have largely, until very recent years, been static for a long time, because as inflation took off, development kits and the cost of distribution got better, sales got better because of digital distribution. So it's only been recently that prices have started going up again.
Yeah, I honestly, considering that, what game is it? I think Diablo 4 is trying to sell at $79, and that's one of the biggest, like, mainstream price ups that I have seen in a few decades, basically.
Well, Blizzard has to pay their lawyers. They've had legal fees rack up.
Yeah, let me just say that, I saw people complaining, oh no, Microsoft buying Blizzard, well, that's the end. Anybody buying Blizzard and changing what Activision has done to them, it's going to be a step up. I gotta be honest. As soon as Activision bought Blizzard, I was like, this is bad. This is really, really bad. And so, the worst case scenario is that Blizzard stays as bad as it is right now. That's worst case scenario, that, nothing changes. Best case scenario is that they do something and improve it, much like they improved all of, what was happening with Minecraft. They got that out of the whole well of drama. Thank God. I actually feel a lot, I have a lot more love for Microsoft in regards to gaming than I would for a lot of mega corporations out there.
Yeah.
So, that's my hope. Please, Microsoft, I really hope this goes through, and I really hope you fire everybody from Activision's executives. Please, please, get rid of them now, okay? Do not let Activision do anything else with Blizzard, please. The end.
Yeah, pretty much the only thing that will get me to give Blizzard money ever again is if they completely clean house. But anyway.
Yep.
Okami's lead is increasing at this point.
Yeah, Okami does. Oh my gosh, Okami's just continuously been, extending the lead. With that said, if Okami somehow magically got a game over, that would be a huge setback. I don't see that happening.
We still don't know how many lives Okami has. There was a point where Shrambles had visible life count, and I thought that he was lining up to get another game over. But he seems to have really clicked with the formula such as it is now, and it has lives off the screen as well. So it's probably just going to be a drag race to the end. For a bit, I was thinking maybe we'll see a max out, but nah, we're probably going to end with Okami at around 6 million.
Yay. I'm enjoying the music here.
Let's see. Golden Axe music.
Yeah, it's good. Definitely better than the beeps and boops.
Hey, the beeps and boops are just symbolic of the ZX Spectrum. ZX Spectrum. You're from somewhere that actually has Spectrum, like, community and hardware and stuff. Jet Set Willy. Now there's a game.
Yeah, also a European game. That's the theme of round 2 here, after all. And as it turns out, not every European game has eggs.
Amazing. This is... I'm cheating a little bit. This is British, and depending on who you ask, there's an argument if that counts.
It's European.
Yeah.
What else? What other continent is it?
I know, right?
It's not another continent. It's European.
Jet Set
Who are
Willy
you
was
talking
on...
to who would be arguing that?
Jet Set Willy was on the Spectrum as well. For someone in chat.
Yeah, Jet Set Willy was on a lot of platforms, and it's one of the examples of, like... Here's the deal. VVVVVV, if y'all know that, it's based off of a lot of design methodology from ZX Spectrum, Amstrad CPC, older home computers and such, and heck, Treasure Island Dizzy and the other Dizzy games as well. So, like, it's really neat to be able to look at these older games and be like, okay, I can see how some of the design from these work their way into VVVVVV. I wish there were a few more games that echoed back to that sort of design method, because it's mostly been lost on us today. It's mostly gone. But Jet Set Willy is like one of the best games from that era. It's absolutely cruel, okay? Expect to die forever. Expect for it to be an extremely huge challenge. But it's also like an absolute joy, and with such good music during the game, like, you almost forget that it's a pain. It's very, very difficult.
It's a well-designed cruel, and what's more, it doesn't spoon-feed you the plot. You have to go find it in the environmental storytelling. Wait, no, I'm thinking about Dark Souls. Never mind.
I was thinking you might have been thinking about Seamus. Or Seamus 2. Isn't that the one where you start by vomiting into the toilet and your house cleaner won't let you back into the bedroom until you go clean up all the trash in your house because of the party that you had?
I have no idea. It sounds like it.
British games are pretty great. I love that, like, there are a few things that if you see it in an 80s game, it's probably from the UK. If there's urinating or alcohol, it's probably from the UK.
That's a very wide stroke. I like it.
It's true, though, okay? Tell me I'm wrong.
Oh.
If you're doing really boring chores, it's probably a British game. Okay. That especially includes mowing the lawn. I'm thinking Hover Bother. I know you. I know Hover Bother. Okay. I have hovered. I have bothered.
I am amused that there's an entire genre of lawn mowing games now. Like, it's a concept.
The lawnmower fan... Do I call it a fan game? The one on the NES, the homebrew. That one's actually really good. I highly recommend it. And it's like, you know, half an hour to play all the way through it. Go play it. It's called Lawnmower. Go play it.
Still has more than 4 lives. At this point, I'm pretty sure both racers have like 10 lives or more.
Mm-hmm. Oh. Yeah, how about... Okay, there's a game called The Long Drive. I've never actually checked to see what the developer is. It's a game about you're in this really crappy house with a really crappy car. Oh, also...
This is not my crappy house. This is not my crappy car.
It is. It is. And the whole goal is to go drive somewhere, but you have a dedicated urination button and a dedicated pooping button. And you can just poop wherever you are. it's pretty fun, but I don't know who the developer is, but I can 90% guarantee that that is a British game.
So Shrambles is taking time to go pick up all of the pearls here, and I'm not seeing the widening lead. I'm not convinced that's the most efficient play. Because Okami's just been going and picking up what is on the way and ignoring the rest.
Okay, let me see if oh, this might not be British. I am 18 or older. Okay.
I should have given this out for the 2-hour match and had it be a race to max out.
That's
I should have done.
A 2-hour match, race to get to the max score. I love it.
I'm pretty sure someone would kill me if I did that, and it might be you.
Okay. So other people are confirming the long drive. It's British. How about my summer car? Basically the same thing. You're fixing a car, and I'm pretty sure there's a dedicated urination button in that and a dedicated flip people off button, and there's a lot of beer, and because of that it has to be a British game. That's just
Great
how it
beer.
works.
Yeah, people in chat are trying to calculate like score rates, and something that kind of throws a wrench into that is Shrambles did take a game over, like, I want to say 8 minutes in. But still, it does look like Okami is continuing to widen that lead. We're up to 1.2 million now. Ooh. So whatever Okami is doing differently is working out.
People are saying my summer car is Finnish and not British. Ooh, I found an example. I guess I should have thought about the radio stations in the game. They're all non-English. Yeah, that checks out. Finland is British with more snow. I'm not going to go ahead and make that assumption, chat, but I'm American. I'm not going to conflate things, but if you are British or Finnish, you can go ahead and confirm or deny.
Okami finishes yet another loop. I think that's the last loop we're going to see finished. 5.4 million. The score he's sitting at right now. Shrambles is at 4.2. And yeah, with about 4 minutes left.
My summer car has possibly the best website I have seen in ages. I'm going to go ahead and try to get it up for y'all. Because holy crap, this is beautiful. Okay.
I probably have a couple of friends and whatnot watching at the moment because I tip people off when I'm going to be GMing a little early if they're interested in seeing games I give out, and I warn them this one isn't going to be interesting, and they're probably like, yeah. What's that?
It's not interesting. This game is boring as butts. Holy crap.
I try to avoid games that are bad because they're uninteresting, but this one just fit today. It had to happen.
It was
obligatory.
Yeah. So yeah, there's the website, everybody. It's got rainbow text at the top. Coming soon. All of the pictures are slightly off center somehow. I like it. It's good.
This is like the Kusog7ande website.
Yeah, which I need to go and put a little bit more work into it sometime. Welcome to having 1 billion projects and then oops.
Yeah, these things happen.
Yeah. Come on, I've been making a video game. You expect me to update the website? Oh my gosh. This website is so amazing. But yeah, it's all... Oh, I love this website, everybody. Holy crap. Let me take another screenshot because this is so good. Okay. Okay, here we go. I think that's it. Like, look at the web design. It's so good. And
Under construction forever.
Multiple words have flames under them.
Yeah, this is the old GeoCities aesthetic. I like it.
I really want GeoCities aesthetic to become a thing again sometime. Like, yeah, I've learned how to make the old multiple window websites that have the gray dividing bar in them because everybody I learned how to do that in modern HTML, which is actually kind of a nightmare. Thank you so much, modern web, for making old web impossible.
They deprecated Marquee and Blink because why were they even there to begin with?
Ooh, they only have one thing in plans but not promised, and that's lively environment with houses, nature, and animals. Well, that's nice that they planned that for the game.
All right, we are down to less than a minute remaining. Shambles needs to pull down about 1.3 million to take the lead. It could still happen.
No. I'm gonna say that, barring finding a really cool bug like jumping into the wall in Super Pitfall, I don't think it's gonna happen. With that said, you never know. A miracle could happen.
I had a notepad open ready to take down scores and referee everything properly, and then our racers just didn't game over.
Well,
these things happen.
Yeah, go ahead and... My gosh, this Superman music, go away. There we go, Monster Party, that's more like this game. And that's time, everybody! Throw your hands in the air and get ready, because we are done with freaking Bubble Dizzy. As far as I know, we haven't really had other Dizzy games on this channel, and I feel like we got the worst. Okay, it looks like Okami already wants to come and chat. Yeah, I don't blame him. Join general voice if you want. I'm letting them know. And it looks like Okami is here. Hello there. Oh, sorry, Time Kami. Hello there.
Hi, important question. How many extra lives do I have now?
We have no idea how many lives you have. So... yeah, this was really boring. I'm gonna go ahead and say that right now. I would have gonged this on Don't Make Us Bored, like, holy crap. Hello, Shambles.
Hello.
Hey, congrats on being an egg. I mean, I guess congrats to both of you on being an egg. Very proud.
This game wasn't really that hard once you started to get the feel for how it played.
Yeah, I was wondering if things would get, like, more difficult on later loops, and I think we found out the answer. Not really.
No.
Okay.
Maybe it gets slightly more difficult, but not enough to be noticeable.
How many lives do you have, Okami? Oh my...
I'm trying to find that out right now!
Okami's just standing here getting killed by a crab over and over.
I have a notepad open that I keep hitting a key to count off the number of lives that I have until I eventually... see my life counter actually go down. I think this would have been more interesting if the amount of lives you had, like, it doesn't keep counting past 4.
See,
if that was the case, that would probably have made things more interesting, because I wouldn't have relied on one of the methods for getting points I did, because, you know, once I started to get the feel for it, and it was kind of evident that I wasn't going to be getting a game over, so probably around the halfway 40-minute mark. One strategy I ended up doing is if there was an enemy near the end of the stage and I was low on health, like under 50%, I would take an intentional death, so that way I could get a bigger life bonus from beating the stage.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
so
that makes sense.
Yeah, I was watching... Trambles took an early game over at around the 5-minute mark, and then after that, no one had a problem after that, but your lead was continuing to grow, and I was thinking, what's up with that? And I had noticed you died a few times right at the end of the stage. It
Yeah,
didn't
some
click
of
for
those
me
were
you were doing that on
intentional.
purpose.
Yeah, some of those were intentional. Some of them not, but that was a way to bump up my score a bit, because, if I'm not having much of a problem with surviving in the game, then going through my mind is the same thing as probably happening for Shramble, so then I had to start looking for ways to improve my score and accumulate points at a much faster pace.
Yeah, and I feel like Shrambles, after the only game over we saw in this game, Shrambles sort of had a faster methodology, but you definitely improved, I think, in the last 20 minutes or so, to the point where, yeah, you're, 200,000 points ahead?
Yeah, 1.2 million
Oh,
in the lead.
1.2, never mind. Yeah, but honestly, Shrambles was closing that gap for a little while earlier on, until you, I didn't know exactly what you were doing, Okami, in order to get higher points, but it worked.
Yeah. I mean, getting the pearls was surprisingly good, because each pearl you got to the end of the stage with was 10,000.
Yeah. Per Donkey Clonk in chat, by the way, apparently you got an extra life every 100,000 points.
I've seen the end of my lives. I'm seeing the end of my
59
lives.
extra lives that you got. Shrambles, 47 extra lives. Yeah, Shrambles.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just sleeping here because of this game.
Yeah.
That's what I figured was gonna happen.
The only really troublesome stage was the final one, because you just needed to get the perfect bubble.
Yeah,
to get
that
through
stage
that
is
gap.
definitely the hardest one of them all, because you have a gap in the, dead in the middle of the stage, so being able to get a bubble to get up there when the only solid platform you could be on prior to that is on the far left or the far right. It was definitely a bit of a frustrating experience. Now, excuse me as I do some counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20,
14,
21, 22, 23. I had 24
gosh.
extra lives when time was called.
Well, that's cool. You have a big score for the game over screen here.
Hooray, I bet it's gonna get deleted once I shut off this game and never play it again, probably.
Honestly, it's for the best. But you
was
should enter your name so we can see where it ranks among the other Codemasters.
Yeah, give me a sec.
Experts here.
I was thinking about giving this out in the endurance round and making it a race to max out.
Oh god, that would
That would have been a thing.
that's torture in the wrong way.
Yeah, especially if it sucks that somebody were to happen to game over at 9 million.
You
but
beat
I
Mega
think-
Marsha.
Yeah.
Mega Marsha went down, everybody. Yeah.
Oh, hold on. I gave you clean audio again, bro, because you had to put my audio on for a bit here.
Oh, okay. Let me go ahead and swap over. Do you have music here?
Yeah, there's music playing.
Oh, this is good.
We found the music.
Yeah, we noted that somebody was credited with doing the music for this game. But I had a serious, #doubt moment. But now this is okay. This is very European style music. It's a little too European. Ugh.
Well, this is the Eurovision round, right, bro?
Yeah. Everybody, if you ever hear a trill like this in an old NES game, it was probably made in Europe. The little secrets there. See, we talked about other ways to tell if something is made, especially in the UK, but in Europe. And one of those is if there's a lot of alcohol, if there's urination, if there's random flipping people off, that's usually a good sign. If there are very boring chores in them, that's a good sign that it's a European
Yeah, the
game.
real Eurovision's coming up next month. Someone in chat says.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm actually excited for that. My favorite band is in it.
My gosh. Okami, this music is actually really good. I like this.
Right? Like, the one other time I got a ZX Spectrum game, it was like the 1% of the time ZX Spectrum games have music, like, during normal gameplay, and it was actually pretty good music, even if the gameplay suffered for it.
Yeah, honestly, though, music can make it can do a lot to lift an average to bad game up, and, you know, I've played lots of really, really unenjoyable games just because the music has been decent enough for me to enjoy it. Yeah. So if only they let you have this music during the game, it would have been worth it.
The game would run way worse if that was the case. Just
I don't
knowing
care.
how ZX Spectrum works. Oh, I know you don't care.
I don't want to play this game anyway, so just do it.
Fair enough.
Oh, but with that said, yeah, it's not very often that we get a game in Kusog7ande that is that absolutely boring to me, but it happens on occasion, and I get to complain a whole bunch. And so thank you, Tristan, for letting me complain for an hour. Oh, yeah, actually, I need to ask both of you, are you streaming these days? Do you have anything fun going on?
I run Retro Book Club over in my Discord, which Brossentia has been on for one before.
It was fun.
Each person gives out a game, and we play each game for about half an hour as a group. I remember last week I gave out one such Kuso classic in the form of Cosmic Race. Other games we had there was the we also had the Wonder Swan Mega Man Battle Network game, which was kind of interesting to see. Tetris Worlds for GBA, it sure was a Tetris game. Socket for Genesis, as Starman put it. We have Sonic at Home. And Banjo Pilot for GBA, which I wish I could say they tried, but they didn't.
I mean, that's fair enough. Cosmic Race, I absolutely love it, and it's actually a really fun game to play once you figure out how you control.
The Cosmic Race is 11 out of 10, no additional notes.
Actually,
also,
notes
my
if
chat
you really want them.
I mean, sure. My chat also recently found some more wonderful garbage in ZSNES that I've submitted for Don't Make Us Bored. One such game you're not going to be seeing on Don't Make Us Bored that got submitted was Demon's Crest in ZSNES, where the first area boss just has unlimited health, so you can't kill it.
Oh, of course. I mean, why not? Oh, that is beautiful. Shrambles, I gotta ask, what are you doing these days stream-wise? Anything interesting?
So I don't really do much streaming. I do help Blasphemous Roar run the mystery show. Yesterday we had another episode, which was the Rural Rumble, where we played games where the competitors, their only goal was to kill Roar in the games.
Oh, I could do that. I do that all the time.
And GM Classic here, Novasol actually did win.
What?
So Novasol was the winner of the Rural Rumble.
I love that. If you didn't have Chippendale Rescue Rangers, by the way, I would be shocked. Because
well, we had 3 competitors, so we had to play games that had at least 4 persons to play.
Okay.
What did you end up playing for that?
So we played Shadow Brawlers, Towerfall Ascension.
Oh, Towerfall rules!
We had this browser game called Shell Shocked, which was an FPS egg game. So keeping on theme. And then we ended with Smash Ultimate, just a classic little fighting game there.
That is a lot of fun. Amazing.
And the fun thing about the mystery show is that the show is different every time, so you have no idea what you're getting into. You might be playing games, you might be doing trivia, you might be doing a mix of both, or you might be doing something completely different.
I think I signed up for that, and I would like to join sometime.
I have the sign-up sheet. You did sign up.
Yay!
I should sign up for that one point as well. Roar told me, like, hey, you should join in on Mystery Show when we were hanging out IRL at a MagFest earlier this year. And I'm like, yeah, I'll try to find some time to do Mystery Show, so hopefully I'll sign up for one of these weeks as well.
But yeah, that's my pitch. It's a lot of fun, and if there isn't tech issues, it's not the Mystery Show.
I love it. Oh, well,
It's really
good,
our
good.
motto over on RBC as well. Not an RBC without tech issues.
True. Luckily, yeah, I've finally got to the point where it's usually just brain dumb issues for me, and I can deal with those. Brain dumb sometimes. What about you, Tristan? Are you doing anything cool stream-wise?
I just finished playing through Bravely Default for the first time. That was like a 70-hour game that kept going and going.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah,
that's
the
what
first part is great, and then,
But yesterday I fiddled around with a couple of shorter platformers and stuff, and I stumbled across this Super Famicom title called Gone, G-O-N, which is not Kusog7ande. It's actually really good, and it's the weirdest thing I've played on the Super Nintendo.
Really?
It's about this little dinosaur who gets so angry he bites the world in half.
Oh, I know that one.
Yeah.
You mentioned that, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's a cool game. I love Gone. I'm glad that you stumbled across that, Tristan. It's really cool.
Yeah, and I do a thing where I make a really low quality like VTuber avatar now because I stopped using my webcam.
Yeah.
And I grabbed one of the boss sprites off of Spriter's resource, had no idea what it was, so my avatar on the screen is a snake, an anaconda for that game. And then I came across the boss, and the boss just zoops on screen and eats you.
Oh my gosh,
so I got
that's
eaten
great.
by myself.
It happens to the best of us. I kind of love that you just use random sprites. That's kind of adorable. And I'd think about doing that just because sometimes I don't want to be on camera.
You could be an egg, or you can be Tintin.
I'm not gonna be an egg.
You should be an egg.
Not gonna be Tintin.
Why not?
Because of all the colonialization.
That's fair.
Everybody, thank you so much for being here for Kusog7ande. We do not have a show Tuesday because I'm going to Vegas. I don't think I'll be doing anything before I go there, so have a good time, relax. We're gonna go and raid Peace Egg, of all people, who is playing a ghost game. So do we have a good... Oh, reminder, there is also license-a-thon stuff. That is not license-a-thon. I'm sorry. Right here, bam. License-a-thon submissions are opening April 16th. If you play a game that is quote-unquote licensed, i.e. based off of another IP, like Alien 2 for the Famicom, My Little Pony, I guess, sure, whatever. If it's based off of something else that exists, they will probably be interested in you submitting it. I am going to try to remember to submit, and Tempestrol, you can yell at me as much as you would like so that I remember. Do we have a good raid message, everybody?
The only one I had from this game is you have a big score.
I was thinking of wasn't one of the, what was it, the first game of the day had some good raid messages, but I don't remember what the actual messages were.
Nah, let's go say you have a big score. I don't remember anything. All right,
I feel that.
Everybody take care. I will see you probably in about a week and a half or 2 weeks. I'll let people know on Twitter and Discord if I go live. Take care, Shrambles. Call me, not time call me. What the crap?
It's actually pronounced Timebles.
Shut up. Tristan, see you later. Bye, friends.